Okay, we're going to get started, everyone. Hello, and welcome to Hell's Kitchen. I'm Chris Brown from DOT. Quick here to do a quick intro. Today, celebrating the opening of the 10th Avenue protected bike lane. I'm going to pass it on to our Commissioner and Master of Ceremonies, Idanis Rodriguez. Commissioner.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. And, it's so nice to be able to make it so fast, from 40th Street to here, in the bike. And to be in 2023, sharing the information that last year, as we said before, we had 200 bike trips in this city of New York. And by any measure, we are the one that are the largest and the best one, whatever you call it. You call it on dining out, we have the largest and the best one. We call it on the bus lane. Yesterday with the MTA Chairman Llano, we announced, the plan for Queens, but also we share that information that yesterday we complete 18 miles of bus lane, and that takes New York City to a total of 150 bus lanes. So a lot of good things is happening. Before I get into more details about other things that we are doing at DOT, I want to call first to the person that, together with Mayor Adams, is the person who oversees all operation in New York City, Deputy Mayor Joshua.
Thank you. And the future of bike lanes is here right before us. So when these lanes were first striped, I don't think we could have pictured the amount of people that would use them and the kinds of things that they would be using when they rode up and down them. The prevalence of e-bikes, micromobility on our streets is huge, and I think it's only growing, not to mention the sheer volume of commercial usage, such as cargo bikes. But this really is a new economy. And for these essential workers, and I think this is a prime location to be talking about it, if you look across the street, there's plenty parked right there. Bike lanes can also be a source of friction every day as these new essential workers fulfill the on-demand dreams of New Yorkers. Remember, the click is just the beginning. Today's wider bike lanes reduce friction in their lives. These are their office spaces, the places where they spend hours each day and night through every season, and even more so in bad weather when so many of us want the world brought to us instead of having to venture out. They deserve an upgrade, and today is a prime example of the upgrade that they need and deserve. In a city where space is at a premium, all this new green asphalt is really a level up. So thank you, DOT, for setting the bar, for looking forward, and we look forward to seeing this repeated throughout our city. So this project is addressing the very real need of our city's frontline workers. But it's also addressing the problem of our communities that really do see, use, and need more space in our bike lanes. And these are the communities that are positioned near our major entry points. Anyone crossing near any of the tunnels in our cities knows what a Frogger-like experience it can be. Building safe road infrastructure for people will not only improve street-level experience in this community, but save lives. It's not just bike riders. As Commissioner Rodriguez mentions, everyone benefits from narrower car corridors, more pedestrian islands, wider pedestrian spaces, and bike lanes. So I want to congratulate Commissioner Rodriguez and the entire DOT team, and I really mean entire. It starts from the brains and the ideas and headquarters down to the painting and striping on the front lines. So for everyone in the neon with the DOT, congratulations. Thank you so much for your daily work. And I look forward to the expansion all the way down to West 14th Street. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And before we will be calling our Assembly member, and the council member. With both of them, I had the opportunity to work in different capacity, in different speaker administration. So it is nice to be here now in the capacity that we have. And as, Deputy Mayor said, on behalf of Mayor Regatas, we are happy to be here. It's a busy time for New York City DOT. And as we get closer to the holiday season, we are also finishing up many of our street redesigns. We thank the West Side for supporting this redesign of 10th Avenue between 38th and West 52nd Street to prioritize pedestrians and cyclists in this great neighborhood. This redesign of 10th Avenue brings safe living bike and pedestrian infrastructure. The roadway was crowded with activities thanks to many new residential and commercial developments in this neighborhood. But with multiple entrances to the Lincoln tunnels along the corridor and the lack of dedicated space for cyclists, turning vehicles at tunnels entrance would often conflict with pedestrians and cyclists. That was an issue that was addressed, that was identified, and here at DOT, together with all the advocates, we address it. A pedestrian has to cross the street a long distance, and that's why we also not only look for the bike lane, but also we were thinking about how we can improve the street for our pedestrians. So DOT removed a vehicle travel lane and created a parking protected bicycle lane. You might notice something different about the bike lane next to us. It's a 10 feet wide, approximately double the width of our typical lanes. I don't know if there's another city across the nation, but I know that usually New York City is the leading one. As also we are leading today, the city that had the lowest number of pedestrian fatality of the last 114 years beside 2020. So when United States is going to the higher numbers of pedestrian fatality since 1987 here in New York City, except the 2020, the COVID year, and this only by two number, we had the lowest number of pedestrian fatality of the last 114 years. And this is something that we believe that, is a result of elective, is a government leadership of Mayor Adams, deputy mayors, and most important, the advocates, Family for Safer Street and TA. It's important to remember that protected bike lanes not only is good for cycling, it also creates safer streets for everyone, including pedestrians and drivers. It's not just for cyclists. This design have shown to reduce deaths and serious injuries among all users by 18%, with 29.2% decline for pedestrians. And for senior citizens, having the greatest, safest benefit. With installation protected bike lanes, we reduce elderly fatality by 39%. That's because these lanes shorten the time it takes to walk across the street. We also added new pedestrian islands, many of them built in concrete and treatments to slow turning drivers. And we are not done in this community. In 2024, we will continue our work on 10th Avenue with similar upgrade between West 14th and 38th Street. Thanks to the incredible advocacy Thanks to the incredible advocacy of Councilmember Eric Butcher, DOT is also planning to continue our work on 9th Avenue between West 30th Street and 34 to dramatically expand sidewalk space for pedestrians. As you know, we did a lot of work together as we both serve on the Speaker Johnson, and we will continue working now in the role that we both have as a council member, as a commissioner. I want to acknowledge some of the staff also that have done a great job on this project. Paula, Rubira, Lawrence, Patrick, Abigail, Sean, Ted, and Sean Queens. They all have done a great job. Hoy nosotros estamos aquí porque es un día muy importante para el alcalde Vergara en reconocer que nosotros todos estamos con la responsabilidad de asegurar de que las calles sean más seguras para los peatones y para los ciclistas. Hoy 10th Avenue se convierte en un ejemplo a nivel de los Estados Unidos, a nivel del país completo, donde estamos ampliando la línea de bicicleta para que esto le garantice mayor seguridad a los ciclistas. Pero cuando nosotros hacemos la línea de bicicleta segura para los ciclistas, también se mejora la seguridad para los peatones y aún para los choferes. En los lugares que se ponen líneas de bicicleta también, las estadísticas demuestran que reducimos el número de personas que mueren de peatones en más de un 20%, y las personas mayores cuando caminan en esta área se reduce también la fatalidad de las personas que mueren en un 39%. Now let's hear for a great partners in Albany, Assemblymember Tony Simon.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Rodriguez. Thank you, Deputy Mayor Joshi. Thank you to the leaders of Community Board 4, Christine Berthet, Jeffrey LaFrancois, Jesse Greenwald, I'm going to forget someone, Todd, everyone else, and of course, Councilmember Eric Botcher, I know, who's always been a big advocate of safe bike lanes. We need more safe bike lanes like this that we can protect not only the bikers, but also the pedestrians and make sure cars don't go into the bike lane. So this is just a start. I'm glad to hear that the fatalities are down. Until there's zero, they're one too many. So I hope to work with Albany to not only improve our safety laws, to increase bike lanes and help with funding, but also pass some laws to ensure that cars aren't always on top of our bikes. We have to make sure that the law is enforced. I have a bill with State Senator Brett Harman Siegel to license e-commercial bikes. It's only the start. We need to get even more creative and not only push enforcement mechanisms and figure out other ways to enforce them beyond the NYPD, but we have to keep continuing to make our city more livable, and that includes more bike lanes, wide bike lanes like this, protected bike lanes, because I love a bike, even though I didn't get a chance to ride the bike over here because I was running late. You don't want me rushing on a bike, believe me. I'm glad that I made it in time so we can promote this beautiful bike lane thanks to the work of Check Peds and all the other advocates who've been working on it for so long. I can't wait to see all the other bike lanes coming, and that time I will definitely be on a bike. Thank you.
Now let's hear from Councilmember Eric Botcher.
We did it! Yeah! I've been thinking about today for a long time and wishing for today for a long time. It was just under 2 years ago when we met here right on 10th Avenue. We rallied with block associations, community board members, PTAs, calling for a safe redesign of 10th Avenue because 10th Avenue has been a 4-lane highway running right through our residential community. It's also been one of the most dangerous stretches of roadway in all of New York City. Between 2016 and 2020, there were 143 pedestrian injuries, 68 cyclist injuries, 314 motorist injuries, and 3 pedestrian fatalities. We know how to make streets safer. The way to do it is to design them for pedestrians, for cyclists, and motorists in a safe way. And that means protected bike lanes with pedestrian refuge islands. And that's what we are here celebrating today, the first phase of this project. I'm very excited, in particular, that this redesign includes not only an extra wide, double wide bike lane, but pedestrian refuge islands with plantable flower beds and tree beds. Something that the original design didn't have. We all advocated together. I want to thank DOT and the Parks Department and everyone for helping to make that possible. I really want to thank Community Board 4 with Christine and Jeremy and Todd and everyone at Community Board 4 who's been asking for this for a long time. I want to thank the Department of Transportation and apologize to Commissioner Rodriguez for all the text messages and phone calls. There's a reason why I made this one of my top priorities, one of the first rallies I did, the first rally I did, because so obvious that we needed to do it right here, ready to be done. It just took prioritizing it. I know that my mom will be very happy about this because she knows that I, as someone who lives on 24th and 10th, I bike up 10th almost every day in what has been 18-wheel trucks going right by my head. It's been extremely dangerous. It's going to be much safer, and I'm very excited for next year when we take it all the way down to 14th Street. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Council Member. Now let's hear another great member of Community Board, but also the founder of Chepet, Christine. Bert.
Well, Commissioner Rodriguez, we need to continue to meet like that, right? This is great. Great installation. This is a dream come true. I mean, this is wide, this is fat, people can use it and pass each other. This is a wonderful, wonderful example of what the DOT can do when they stretch from their standard. And we hope that will become your standard from now on. And it's protected, which we want. And I agree with you. This is so much more safer for pedestrians. So that's something I try to explain to everybody. Is like, you know, we really want a bike lane, not only for the bike lane, but for the pedestrians and for the cars. So this is, I want to just say thank you. Thank you for my, committee members of the Transportation Committee, which are really helping us push in 20 different ways. One of them, take pictures all the time and send them all the time, and you get them. And so that's part of our advocacy of getting it done. But we want way more than that, as you know, and we are very excited to see you coming back.
Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Let's hear a few words from two other great partners here. Jeff Francois from Make Parking District Bid, and also Ken Baxiba from Bike New York.
Thank you, everybody. I'm very proud to have just under a month left to be chair of Manhattan Community Board 4. This is our backyard, Commissioner. This is so exciting. So proud to have been with Eric at his first press conference those 2 years ago to make this a reality. This is what the city can do when it kind of gets out of its own way. Concrete islands, hardening of infrastructure, creating space for people so that they can go about their day without even thinking about it. Like Eric, I bike to work most days of the week. I get to use the Greenway on the West Side Highway. Now it'll be so much easier coming home from downtown to make my way up 10th Avenue. So looking forward to bringing this all the way down through Chelsea and into Meatpacking. And let's just keep going. More crosstown thoroughfares, improved hardened infrastructure across the board. This means so much to the users, and I think as more folks experience this, and it's about education and improvement, this improves the lives of everybody, as so much have said today. So thank you, everybody. A really great moment to be celebrating with you all. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's hear from the person in charge to do the United States largest, bike tour, and the second largest one in the whole world. So everyone needs to be ready for May 5th. As Bike New York, we do the next bike tour. Ken Baxiba.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a great day. Really, we're in a new reality in New York City. What used to be okay for a bike lane is not okay anymore. We have so many more e-bikes, so many more micromobility vehicles, and this should be the model. This is really what we need all over the city. And, I want to thank Commissioner Rodriguez, everyone in the Adams administration, the great staff at DOT, because they really get it. They're not falling behind the times. They're staying ahead of the curve. And bike lanes like this is what we need. We need a network of protected bike lanes, not just a bike lane where you think you're safe and then all of a sudden it ends. And this commissioner gets it. He's about doing. He's visionary. And we're so glad to have him as our commissioner. Thank you. And happy holidays, everyone.
So we're going to be doing a quick ribbon cutting here, moving the podium. As soon as we do it, then we're going to be taking any question. Ready? Don't pull it out. Leave it there. Just leave it there. Also, all ready?
pieces.
We're gonna do it over here.
Christine, get over here. I'm in the middle.
Yes!
People want to use it.
Gold scissors.
Christine, I'll share.
What?
I'll share it with you. Put a hand on it.
No, you do it.
Can we get, should we push the podium back?
Yeah, we need to.
Right.
Anyone else?